Hey YouTube, and a special shout out to the Vayner Nation squad. You guys are awesome. Thank you for being so supportive of me and to one another. Just learning so much from hearing from you guys. And this video really is for you, as well as others who may need it. It's my first ever video. Had a lot of technical difficulties, but here it is. It's finally here. It's not going to be fancy. But I really wanted to push this content out because I keep getting the same questions over and over, and hopefully you can use some of the strategies that I give you to help your businesses grow. My name is Daniel Kang. Many of you know me as Diddy. It's a nickname that stuck with me for way too long, and now I just embrace it as a part of my identity. It's who I am. I'm currently working as a director of marketing at a small startup here in Los Angeles. On top of that, I do have a side gig where I do consulting for startups, business development and marketing as well. And on top of that, I am working on a backpack startup. I'm on the journey right with you guys of entrepreneurship. So I do have over 10 years of experience in marketing, of which the past 6 have been tremendously impactful, of learning more about myself and what strategies have been working for me. These strategies work. It really just takes time more than money. It might take some money, but I mean, I was working for the last company where I helped it reach a $2 million revenue. I was working with a $50 a month budget. So it's going to be very low cost, sometimes no cost. It will take your time and your effort, but I guarantee if you put this time and effort into it, you're going to see some actual results. So the number one question I get, this question was asked by Alexander from the Vayner Nation group. And it's asked by my clients all the time. It's asked by many of you on the group as well, is how do I get more clients? How do I grow my business, right? And it's the fundamental question, I feel like, when you're starting up. So here are 3 strategies that we can use to help our businesses grow. So number 1, know your market. You know your business, you know who your target audience is, so you have to know who you want to market to, and you want to start off small. You want to keep the big idea of I want to grow into a bigger company in the back of your mind, but there is a process to it. Marcus Lemonis, a very famous venture capitalist, he says it all the time. It's an old philosophical saying in business is you got to respect the process. You got to start from the ground up. So let's respect the process. There was someone on the Vayner Nation group who made bracelets. Sorry, I forget your name right now, but I will tag you on the post. They make bracelets for like fashionable bracelets, right? And they're really good. He has an awesome website, but he's not getting enough customers. So he asked the question, how do I grow? And I said simply, which goes into number 2, leverage what you have. And I can't emphasize this enough because this is what is going to help you save money. It's going to help you expand and grow your company without you having to spend too much money on A/B testing, paid ads, and all that, because that adds up. And again, most of your money will probably go into operations and you don't have much money for marketing. So utilize what you do have available to you. I don't want to get too specific into it because Gary Vaynerchuk is the master of this. He talks about it all the time. I will probably have a separate video to go into detail on how to leverage your social media. My dog's walking around, sorry. How to leverage your social media to attract more customers and clients. Simple way to do it is simply put in your zip code. It'll show all the posts from within, a 20-30 mile range around you. Or you can do a hashtag search of, let's say, bracelets, right? Then you can do hashtag bracelet search and you'll see at the very top of people posting about bracelets. And if there's one that lives within your state, your province, you can just contact them, shoot out a DM and say, hey, really love your photos, really love what you're posting with your fashion. This is what I do. I make great bracelets. It's a startup I'm trying to grow. Would really appreciate it if you came by or if I sent you a sample and tell me what you think about it. Just like paid ads, your ROI from it will probably be 1%, if not less, right? So let's say it's 1%. That means for every 100 people, 1 person might, actually click through or purchase or whatever, right? It's going to be a 1% return. So what you want to do is reach out to as many influencers as possible. And if you're lucky, even if one influencer with 100,000 followers or 500,000 followers really likes your bracelet and they post about it on their social media, you have a free viral marketing loop working for you. Again, this is no cost, right? It takes your time and your effort, and that's about it. So we'll go right into number 3 is put in the groundwork, put in your footwork, put in the field work, whatever you want to call it. Put your boots on the ground and go out there. Another example I'm going to use from the Vayner Nation group is someone was a website designer helping startups and small businesses make websites. And they said, how do I get more clients? How do I get more customers? Have you reached out to those businesses that don't have websites? So you go out there, knock on those doors, visit those businesses and say, hey, I noticed you don't have a website. I actually make websites for a living. I know you're a small business. I would love to help you out by making your website for you. I will charge you a flat rate of this amount, and I will make sure that if it needs any adjustments, I will adjust it for the first 3 months for free. Or, whatever it is that you're selling, go out there and do it. Sometimes I believe we rely a little too much on technology and digital verticals, channels, mediums, whatever you want to call it. We rely too much on the digital aspect of communication that we forget about the analog, the human interaction. And yet there's so much value to that. It's become such an old way of thinking that it's become new again. And that's where I think I've had my success. My biggest successes of helping businesses grow has been because we not only have our digital marketing platforms, but we also have our analog strategies as well. And when the two platforms combine, both the analog and the digital platforms of marketing, when the two combine, that's when I feel like you build a true community with your target audience, with the community, with the world. The key word I like to use for that is engagement, right? You want to build and have engagement with the target audience that you are seeking after. And sure, you can post on social media, Facebook, do all that, but it means so much more to a consumer when you're out there, you're meeting them, you're giving them those high fives, you're shaking those hands, you're giving people hugs. That means so much more now, especially nowadays where we're in such a postmodern digital world. The human interaction is so scarce now that people really, they take it to heart when you do put in that kind of effort. So use that to your strengths for your company. Use that analog channel, use that human interaction to sell your brand, to grow and engage with the community firsthand. And I guarantee you're going to see tremendous, tremendous success from it. So going back to Alexander from the Vayner Nation, he asked the question of, hey, we created this product, we have the patent for it, but we want to grow. We're not growing as a company. So how do we grow? How do we get into more people's hands? And so I gave him the same advice I'm giving you right now. And they were feeling stuck. And it was just a good reminder for them, like, hey, we have access to all this. Why don't we do this to grow? So this one for you, Alexander, again, a coffee product. Go to those mom and pop shops, bring a bunch of samples and say, hey, this is for all of you guys to try. It's a sample of what we make. We'd appreciate it if we can try selling our stuff on your counter, and we will charge you X amount and you can sell it for Y amount. The worst case scenario is they say no, then you move on to the next shop. That is how you utilize low to no cost to grow your brand, to expand your product outreach, to build a community and engagement. But don't just stop there. So after you drop it off, you give it about a month for them to sample it out, test the waters and see if it's selling or not. Go back to them and say, hey, well, what do you think about it? What were the customers' responses? What do you think we can do to get better? What can we do to help you as a business? As you're sharing our product, we'd love to share your company and your store on our Instagram page. Everyone wins in this situation. You just have to think outside the box. When you think outside the box and say, hey, I want to help you out if you can help me out, right? And if everybody wins, who can say no to that? It takes a lot of footwork, but you can really utilize this to grow your company. But at the end of the day, it's not about just selling your product. It's about building that community. It's about building that engagement. And that is the biggest takeaway I can give you right now. For small businesses starting up, or even mid-sized businesses, you can go back to this method. Save your company some money on marketing. All those ads, come on, paid ads, what's the yield on that? 1% click through for impressions? And how many thousands of dollars are you spending a month, right? Try it out just for a month and see what the results are. Put your feet on the ground, do the community outreach, test the waters yourself, see how it works. Let's say your product is a software as a service, SaaS, right? Or SaaS, or whatever you want to call it. You can still utilize the same methodology to go out there to small businesses. I'm offering, I don't know, an app that does scheduling. This will save you a lot of time. I'll let you try it free for 30 days and would love to hear back from you. And then afterwards, if you like it, we can discuss details of pricing. You have to be out there to expand your brand because no one else will do it for you. And when you do it, and with your passion and your love for your product and your company, people are more willing to listen. And I think that is the key takeaway, right? Is when you put your passion and your love for your company and your product out in the world, people will listen. It might be a small percentage of people, but it'll get your foot in the direction that you want to go. All right, so that's it for now. Stay tuned for more videos to come, and it's going to look a little bit fancier than this, I promise, next time. But again, I just wanted to push out this content for you guys because I get the same questions over and over again. So hopefully some of these strategies and ideas have given you some insight on how to market on a low to no budget and grow your company. Would love to hear your results. Please leave a comment, shoot me a DM. I want to hear from you guys. Did it work for you? Did it not? And take everything with a grain of salt. You're going to have to make adjustments to make it fit your business, but these are just strategies, right? At the end of the day, you can make the adjustments to make it fit your needs as long as you're out there doing what needs to be done to grow your brand. So that's it. Stay tuned for my next video that should be coming up hopefully next week. Share this video with a friend who might be considering a startup. Would love to hear from you guys, your feedback, and I'll try to answer any questions you guys have through the comments below or in the comments in the Vayner Nation group or through my DMs. All right, that's about it. See you guys later. Bye.